This podcast contains strong language and adult situations and may not be suitable for those who are easily offended. Welcome, fuckers. I'm Kay.
And I'm Jay.
And you're listening to the Fuck My Work Life podcast, where the work stories are real, the laughs are large, and most of us can agree, work sucks. So let's clock out and tune in. Hi, fuckers.
Hi, fuckers. We're back.
Season 4.
With all new microphone cables.
Yeah. So apologies for the sound quality the last couple episodes. We don't really know what happened. I think maybe one of the mic cords went bad or something, but it sounded like shit.
Yeah.
So hopefully this is better. We tested it out. I think this will be better.
It should be.
Hopefully. If not, sorry.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
What you going to do? That's what happens when you're not a professional podcast.
That's right.
When you're just doing this at your dining room table. But anywho. Drink. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. So before we get into the stuff, well, first of all, how are you, Jay?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay.
All right, now that that's covered.
Yep.
How about some housekeeping? So first, last chance to get in your stories about kind of your bad management, bad bosses. That episode or that recording is being scheduled with big fancy psychologists, psychiatrists.
Okay.
So they want to analyze your bad management stories. So send those in if you got one. And we also are planning an episode based on like the excuses we use to get out of work. So whether you've had a crazy excuse that you've used to call out of work, or if you know of someone, this was kind of inspired by a Twitter thread, and we'll talk about that more in the actual episode. So send those in. We already had a great story when Antonio from the Cult-Worthy podcast was on about the guy who would just shit his pants to get out of work.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
that's a lot. That's such a length to go to get out of work, which is so funny because I don't know. I think a lot of people are so scared of losing their job that they feel like they have to have these elaborate excuses for not going in.
Yeah. When
in reality, you just tell them you're not coming in.
Yeah, you don't have to give an excuse.
I'm not coming in. Oh, I was walking and I stubbed my toe and like that started everything. And then I broke my finger and I broke a nail on the other hand. And now I have explosive diarrhea. I can't come in.
Yeah. I don't know if it's nationwide, but at least in California, they can't ask you about your...
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a federal thing. I don't know if it's national. I know there's like...
Well, that's kind of changed with COVID too.
Yeah.
Because now HR will call you and be like, what are your symptoms? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, which is ridiculous because if you don't feel well, you have a COVID symptom. Right. Everything is a fucking COVID symptom nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, I just got over a bad cold that I had for almost a week, and I tested 4 times and it was negative, and our HR was like, well, you tested too early. And I was like, I've been sick for 5 days. How is that testing too early? It would show positive if this were COVID. Yeah. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. But before COVID, like you could just be like, I don't feel well, or you could just say, I'm not coming in. And technically your managers are not allowed to ask, well, what's wrong with you? But I don't know.
Typically mine is my back hurts. I can't come in.
I just say I'm not coming in. Sometimes I'll be just totally honest and be like, I need a mental health day. I'll be in. I just need a break from life. So if you used a crazy excuse, or if you've heard a coworker or a friend or something, just send us a message, send us an email. You can leave us a voicemail, all that stuff. All our contact info is in the show notes, and it'll be at the end of the episode. So send those in. What's next for our housekeeping?
Our patrons.
Yeah. So we want to give a huge shout out and thank you to our Patreon members, our Patreon members.
I think they just call them patrons.
Yeah, I think so too.
Our patrons, DM,
Ken and Maria B, and Dan P. So if you would like to join our Patreon, it's only $5 a month. That's some sort of cents a day. I don't know how to math, but it's cheap.
How much? $5 a month?
5 divided by 30. $5 divided by 30.
Oh, that's too much math.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do it, but I'm not going to.
It's pennies a day. So yeah, you can.
Well, let's see.
You can click the link in the show notes if you feel like joining that shit.
Click the link in the show notes if you feel like joining that shit. It's like cents in a day.
It's like some pennies and
$5
stuff.
a month.
Yeah, you can give up one Starbucks coffee a month, and
yeah,
or don't give up anything at all and just add on to your joy in life by supporting a podcast you like. Oh, it looks like Jay is mathing.
It's like 17 cents a day.
Oh, look at that.
Right?
I don't know. I'm not going to check.
500 pennies divided by 30. 30 times 10 is 300. So we'd have to get to 200 more. Yeah.
Are you doing Common Core math?
Yeah, it's like 17 cents a day.
Okay. So for a mere 17 cents a day, you could support these sad podcasters.
Yeah.
Maybe they won't have to podcast at their dining room table. Maybe they can move to the couch with your help. Anyway, next on the housekeeping list is our merch shop on Teespring. I'm going to have some new fall designs coming out for the fall season. I don't know what they are yet, but we're going to have them.
I'm sure we will.
Keep an eye on that, and you can find the link to our merch in the show notes as well.
Yep.
And
we have baseball hats. And
I don't think we have
football jerseys.
We don't have that either.
We have a new Nike running shoe with the Fuck My Work Life logo
on the swoosh.
It's on the above the toes.
Okay.
We have cricket helmets.
We've got football. What do they call them? Boots.
Yeah, football boots.
Football boots. We don't have any of that shit. We got t-shirts and stuff.
We've got, I don't know. We got leggings and shit like that.
Jay and I were guests on a couple podcasts recently.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Definitely go check out the Neatcast.
Yes, and Sugar-Coated Murder. We're actually on 2 episodes in Sugar-Coated Murder.
Yeah, we got a 2-parter with them. It was a lot of fun. Those ladies are hilarious.
Yeah.
We had a good time with them. They had fun bleeping out all of I was going to say yours, but it's both of us, all of our expletives, because their mama listens and mama doesn't like cursing.
I gave him a good blooper reel.
Yeah, you gave him a few blooper reels of Jayisms. They had fun with it. So go check that out. That's Sugar-Coated Murder. And then also the Neatcast. We had so much fun with them.
Yeah, Jesus.
It's always just a wild ride.
Yes, a wild ride.
They've been on our show a couple times. We've been on theirs a couple times, and it's always a good time.
Yeah, it's always fun. That one, I was cracking up at my desk. And usually, like, when we're on someone's podcast or I listen to our podcast, I was there when we recorded it, so I don't really laugh that much at them. But both of those, the Sugar-Coated Murder and the Neatcast, I was fucking cracking up at my desk.
Yeah, they all, like, everyone, all of them. So much fun. So listen to our episodes we did on their shows, and then also listen to the rest of their episodes, because 2 of my favorite podcasts for sure. Fun. That's it for housekeeping.
Yep. So now we get into we drink because we work. What are you drinking, Kay?
Well, we are definitely coming into my personal basic bitch season.
Yeah.
And the seasonal fall beers are coming out. I saw the Elysian pumpkin
mixer.
Pumpkin patch. What the hell is the word I'm looking for?
Yeah,
variety pack?
Yeah, variety pack. That's good enough.
Beers. So I'm drinking the Elysian Night Owl Pumpkin Ale. It's pretty high in alcohol. Well, I mean, for me, it's very spicy though. It's some sort of alcohol. Oh, 6.7%.
Whoa, you and me fucked
up. I mean, that is a lot for me. But yeah, it's good. It's very, like I said, it's very, very spicy. It's a pumpkin ale, but tastes more like pumpkin spice to me than pumpkin, which there is a difference, everybody. Pumpkin spice is not pumpkin flavored. It's nutmeg, cinnamon, and cloves, I believe.
So not even pumpkin at all.
Like this doesn't taste pumpkin-y. It says a pumpkin ale.
They're saying like pumpkin spice is what you would spice a pumpkin with.
Yeah, like a pumpkin pie.
Yeah. Okay. I got you now.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Why is it called pumpkin spice if there's not even fucking pumpkin in it?
I mean, I think a lot of the stuff that you get has like kind of pumpkin also in it, but they just call it pumpkin spice, which is different from pumpkin flavor. Okay. But yeah, so this beer, it's kind of heavy. Like it's a bit heavy, but it's very spicy. Like you get that clove. It's not clove. It just feels. It's like I'm used to drinking light, crisp.
I taste it?
Yeah, I'm used to drinking like crisp, like lagers and stuff. You're such a dork. So it's not thick. It's just kind of heavier and spicy.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I like it. It's got a cool bottle too. It's got a mean looking owl on the front.
I'm going to start a brewery. Oh, I'm sorry. Finish explaining what the label looks like on your beer.
I'm done. It just has an owl.
I'm going to start a brewery that's only open during the fall season, and it's just going to be called Fuck Pumpkin.
Okay.
Or Pumpkin Fuck.
I'm going to start a rivalry brewery called Basic Bitch Brews, and it's going to be all fucking pumpkin ales.
You'd probably sell more. Your name's better. I got to come up with a better name.
I got to copyright. I'm copywriting that right now. Don't steal my fucking Basic Bitch Brews.
I don't think that's how it works, but okay.
Whatever. That's probably already taken too. I guarantee you if we Googled that exists.
Basic Bitch Brews.
I'm going to Google it.
I copyright that. Oh, well, there it is.
Oh, yep. It exists.
Does it?
Oh, no, wait. The
name of a beer.
There are names of beers called Basic Bitch. This one is called Brew Bus Brewing Basic Bitch Pumpkin Stout.
That's your new favorite beer. But a pumpkin stout, that's probably going to be pretty strong.
Yeah. There is a Punkachino in this pack, which is really good. It's thick and it's coffee and it has like a little bit of pumpkin flavor. That one's really good. But yeah, anywho, Basic Bitch Brews coming to you soon.
Yep. And Pumpkins Fuck Pumpkins Brewery.
Pumpkins Fuck Pumpkins Brewery.
Yeah, Pumpkins Fuck Pumpkins Brewery. We'll be right next door to Basic Bitch Brews.
Yeah. Excellent. Everyone come check us out when that happens.
When that happens, come check us out.
I know someone who's got a lot of brewery equipment they're not using that we could use.
We could totally do it in like the metaverse.
I don't really understand what that means.
I don't. It's like Facebook's.
Oh. But wasn't Meta
virtual reality?
Wasn't Meta a term before Facebook stole it though? I mean, it was definitely a term, but I don't know if the metaverse refused.
Changed the company name to Meta.
That's why I said Facebook.
Yeah.
Stole it.
Well, it's a word. You can't steal a word. Like it's not like someone came up with that word.
Metaverse specifically for Facebook, or did that term exist before Facebook became Meta?
Oh, fuck if I know. I mean, I'm not going that deep into it.
That's so meta.
Look, I was
go that deep.
I was just being like a nerd saying we could do it in the metaverse.
Yeah. We can have virtual reality breweries.
Yeah.
You just drink whatever beer you have and we'll tell you what it tastes like.
We'll tell you what you're supposed to taste.
Yeah. So if you'd like to, what are you drinking, Jay? Pumpkin fuck pumpkin?
I figured I didn't matter, I don't matter anymore.
Is this your pumpkin fuck pumpkin brewed in?
Yes. This is my pumpkin. This is made by Pumpkins Fuck Pumpkins out of Golden, Colorado.
Yeah.
And it's their version of Coors Light.
Mm-hmm. What do they call it?
Funny enough, they call it Coors Light.
Imagine that shit.
Well, I want to explain the label.
Okay. Jesus.
So, I mean, there's not an owl on it, but my fucking mountains change colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there it is.
My owl flips you off when he gets cold. All right. So, if you'd like to share what you're drinking, you can hashtag we drink because we work. And maybe we'll see it. Maybe.
Where do they do that?
Twitter.
Oh, okay. And Instagram. You wouldn't see it?
I mean, I'll see it if I search the hashtag. Okay. They can also tag us and hashtag, and then I'll definitely see it.
Gotcha.
Sometimes I forget to search the hashtag.
You should probably.
There could be millions of we drink because we work, so I just didn't ever see them. I'll be better at checking. I'm trying to be better at life, everyone. All right. So that's enough for that shit.
Hashtag hey fuckers.
Yeah. Do you have a weekly distraction this week?
Not really.
Football started?
Yeah, football started. But that's not really I'm not distracted. I'm not playing fantasy this year, so I'm not distracted by it.
But you've been watching some games.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have like your cable service. We have Wi-Fi, and then we have like Netflix. And so I have like Peacock. I think Peacock I only get like Sunday night and Monday night games. And then I think Amazon Prime and Fox have something going with Thursday night football. So I was able to watch the Thursday night football this week, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it every week. But I really don't care. A lot of times, like this week was good. The Kansas City Chargers game. That was a good game. I wanted to see that.
Who won? Kansas
City. Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't care about either, but
the Chargers their defense looked really good. Like Patrick Mahomes is like the golden boy up and coming quarterback now, and he had a good game, but they definitely shut him down quite a bit because usually he throws for like 300, 400 yards, and he was like in the twos somewhere with only like 2 touchdowns. And the game before, he had 5 touchdowns. I know. Yeah. You don't want to talk about this.
Well, it's fine. Is he the one that looks like a little baby?
Yes. With the curly.
Yeah. Looks like a baby.
He is a baby.
We're just old.
Yeah.
So that's your distraction.
I actually have. Never mind.
What?
Football will be my weekly distraction.
Okay. It could be Jay's Sports Corner.
Jay's Sports Corner.
You get 5 minutes to talk about football. Timer's on. Go.
You like beer? You like meat? And you like sports? Come on over to Jay's Sports Corner. I'll tell you my opinions, and I won't give a shit about yours.
And we'll serve pumpkin beer.
Pumpkin fucks
Whoa.
What?
Okay. My distraction is the twofer. It's the British invasion of Kay's distractions.
Oh, shit.
So first, Chat Smash is back, baby.
Oh, dang.
They teased that they weren't going to podcast again, but they're back with like a once a month show. But it's worth it because those guys are just fucking nuts and hilarious, and I love them. So happy they're back. And then the second part of my British invasion is Great British Bake Off is also back.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's not the junior one though, right?
No.
The actual
one.
The real one.
The real one with Paul and Prue and Noel and Matt.
Ooh, Paul's still alive?
And all the bikers. He's not that old. He's not much older than us.
Oh, I mean, Prue's still alive?
I mean, she's pretty old. But someone made some boozy shit last night, and she was like, yeah, you soak these cherries in booze? Okay. She's into it.
Oh, yeah. She definitely likes her boozy bakes.
Mm-hmm. So I was very happy that's back.
That should be our restaurant that we open.
In between our breweries?
Bakes, in between our brewery. And you'll come, you'll get a beer, and then you'll go think you're getting a muffin to like soak up the alcohol. Mm-hmm. But it's soaked in rum.
It's just a muffin that we just pour rum on. Here you go.
We just dip it in a vat of rum and go, there you go.
Have your boozy.
Go on over
bake.
to Basic Bitch Brews. It's right next door.
Yes, this sounds like the perfect setup.
It does.
Yeah, so those are my distractions. If you guys would like to share what's distracting your brain from work, you can hashtag weekly distraction and maybe we'll see it.
Yeah, maybe we'll see it if we search it.
If we search it.
You should tag us in your hashtag we drink because we work.
Or weekly distraction.
Wouldn't it be funny if like for months now people are like, what the fuck? Like I give them suggestions of beers and they don't fucking do it.
Just
like
ignore me.
They just ignore it. Jay just drinks fucking Coors Light.
Yeah.
And Kay drinks all her fancy shit.
Yeah.
We should probably search that.
I'm going to search, and I guarantee you there might be 2 that we haven't seen.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got some work stories. The first one is called Royal Morning, Fuck My Work Life. This is a kind of topical because God save the Queen. She has passed recently. God bless her, or whatever they do.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Queen.
All that good stuff.
Okay. Hello. It's John from Everyone Dies in Sunderland here.
Hey, John.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. Always wanted to say that.
But he didn't say it. He typed it.
He typed it. That's fine. It's the same nowadays. I work for a government organization, and the recent passing of the Queen reminded me of the time where we received notification from the UK government that Prince Philip was expected to pass away imminently, and advising us, as per government protocol, to make sure we had our black sash for our portrait of the Queen and a book of condolence for any members of the public visiting our offices to sign ready to deploy. Listener, we did not possess either of these items. To avoid having to ceremonially dress Her Majesty's portrait with the darkest tinsel in our Christmas decoration box,
shit.
We had to send an apprentice out to the town center, in quotations or parentheses, downtown, to see what he could find. Fortunately, the prince pulled through on this occasion. Otherwise, we would have had to deploy a black polyester scarf and a 1 pound notebook from an establishment you might not be aware of called Poundland, which I am aware of this.
Are you?
Yeah, it's, well, they say, get your minds out of the gutter. It's our Dollar General.
Oh, okay.
Because a pound.
Pound, yeah.
I think they also have like Pound Town. Or if they don't, they should.
They will soon.
Yeah.
If anybody with any sense listens to this podcast.
But Dan from Casting Views has sent us pictures of Poundland before. This is our Dollar General, except to be fair, this Poundland did once feature on a documentary about the chain as the flagship discount retailer in their empire, and I recently visited a Dollar General in Tampa where I genuinely feared for my life. I think you probably should have been fearing for your life being in Tampa.
Period.
At all. Because Florida's fucking crazy.
Not all of it. I mean,
I imagine a Walmart or a Dollar General in Florida is probably terrifying.
Terrifying for some, exciting for others.
Yeah. Good people
eye-opening
watching.
for most.
Yeah. Very good people watching. I have since changed jobs and cannot say if we were more prepared this time. Loving your work, John, Claire, and Gareth, but mainly John. And they're from the Everyone Dies in Sunderland podcast.
Aww.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. Like they talk about all the like growing up in the 80s and how everything was just fucking terrifying, but nobody really realized it.
All the fucking serial killers running around.
Yeah. So go give them a listen. And thank you for the story, John. It's very, very topical given the recent Queen and her husband's passing. He was last year, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's last year.
Yeah. Something. I don't know. I don't pay enough attention.
I know.
I think it's funny that like all these places, like the Queen passes or Prince Philip passes, and all these places have to have like a picture with a black sash and a book for people to write their condolences. Like here, if the president dies, half the country is going to be kind of in mourning, but like, I mean, fuck, we knew it was going to happen. Well, and the other half is going to be like, woo!
Has a president in office has not died since we've been alive, though, right?
In office, no.
In office, no. Like past presidents have passed away, so I'm sure there's a lot of stupid fucking fanfare that we probably did too.
The last president to die in office was Kennedy. He was assassinated.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Wasn't there like did Ford become president because Nixon?
Yes.
Because he was like the only president that wasn't elected, right? Or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to the guy
who took over for Kennedy.
Nixon?
No.
I don't know.
Nixon wasn't the vice president.
I don't know. See, I'm really bad at U.S. history. I took AP U.S. history, y'all, and I don't remember this shit.
Yeah. Gerald.
What did it say? And we didn't start the fire. That's how I know all my history.
What?
That song, the Billy Joel song.
Jesus.
We didn't start the fire.
No, I mean, I can't be sure. Gerald Ford was either...
He was right around Carter.
He took over for either Nixon or Kennedy. I can't remember.
I think he took over for Nixon because Nixon was after Kennedy for sure, right?
Yeah.
I don't know who took over for Kennedy. I could not name all of our presidents to save my life.
But Nixon also, like, he didn't die.
No, he was.
He stepped down.
Yeah, because he was going to be impeached,
and he stepped down. I mean, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so we haven't witnessed a president in office. We may, but we haven't witnessed that. So I'm sure there's a lot of stupid fucking fanfare that we do too.
You know, I wonder. I know we're kind of going off into the weeds, but that's okay because we're only half an hour in, so we have time.
Sorry, listeners, you're just going to deal.
No, I wonder. You know, the advancements in our medical field over the past 50 years have been huge. You know,
maybe our president's already dead. We just don't know.
No. That's not where I'm going with this. I'm not that kind of conspiracy theorist.
They're just weakened at burning.
There are times where you hear the president talk, and he's very lucid. He knows what he's saying, and he's very, he has all his faculties about him. Mm-hmm. And then there's other times he's shaking motherfuckers' hands that aren't there.
Yeah. But that's the nature of dementia and Alzheimer's. You have lucid moments. And then I'm not saying he has that, but he might.
Look, when he was running for president and people were like, oh my God, he is going to get destroyed in the debates because he was already showing signs.
Yeah.
And he went into the debates. There was one of the debates that I watched. He went into that debate and he was very lucid and knew what he was talking about and was able to deal with Dingo Boy just firing shit at him out of nowhere. And he was able to deal with it and knock it down. And, and I was like, oh, look, he's doing okay. And then, there's all the other times you see him where
I know
he's you can tell he's battling, he was saying numbers. I mean, it's a huge meme now, a video meme, but he was saying numbers and it's 100 million, 1,000, 40, 100,000, he's saying numbers and it's you can tell he's struggling. So where I'm going with this is I wonder they shot him up with some good shit. If there's some advancement that they can't release to the public and they give it to him so he can stand in front of the microphone and actually speak like a normal person instead of just consistently asking what time is it every 30 seconds.
What time is it?
What time is it, baby?
I mean, I'm going to put on my conspiracy theorist hat, but I fully believe there's probably a cure for cancer. There's probably a cure for Alzheimer's, and Big Pharma keeps that shit fucking locked down just to rape us all of all the money they possibly can. But that's just my thoughts, and that's a whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's very conspiracy theorist-esque, but
it's not far-fetched.
No, it's not.
Look at that whole fucking EpiPen shit, where that guy was just I'm going to charge thousands of fucking dollars for this because no one's stopping me.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is not our podcast. We should just start rants for our Patreon. You want to hear us talk conspiracies and politics and shit? Join our Patreon for 17 cents a day. You can get involved.
I really thought you were gonna go back on the Biden might be dead and it's a doppelganger.
Oh, I don't really think that.
I'm oh yeah, are there lizard people too, motherfucker?
I don't really think he's dead. I think he's probably just old.
Yeah.
Anywho.
All right.
Drink. We got another story. Did I pull it up for you? Yes, I did.
You did. Oh, we got a drink.
We got a drink. I changed my beer. Now I'm drinking the Elysian The Great Pumpkin Imperial Pumpkin Ale. And y'all, this is a Saturday, early after. Well, this is 8.4%. Yep. I've only had some tater tots to eat today. And I've had two
She's petting the blanket behind her on the wall, so it's kicking in.
I put a blanket on the wall behind us to help maybe the sound a little bit.
I mean,
I don't know if it's going to help or not. But anywho, what story do you have for us?
Well, I have the the meat of our shit sandwich today, because we have 2 stories.
We have 3 stories.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
3 stories, and one of them is a shitty work story.
Yeah, because you guys love to send us work stories pertaining to shit.
So,
I just realized the name of this episode is going to be The Shit Sandwich.
That works.
Because our stories, our 3 stories are...
It's 2 pieces of bread with shit in the middle.
That's right.
That's right.
Folks.
Not that the story is shit, but like...
No.
What's the word I'm looking for? Like, metaphorically.
Well, it's about shit.
Okay.
So
I don't know. Look
here.
I don't know all them big ass words.
If you're eating right now, maybe you want to just pause your eating while we read this story.
That's right. Hi, J&K. It's Liv from the Sorry If We Made It Weird podcast.
Hi, Liv.
I've been meaning to write in with this story for a while now, so here it goes. My first job was at McDonald's when I was like 16 or 17 years old. And let me tell you, it was a wild fucking ride.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. So all my head's going to is like, Jesus Christ, this is a McDonald's story and a shit story.
Yeah, you know it's going to be good.
Where is this going to go? I have so many stories from that place. But for today, I will leave you with this one. I can't read either.
I know, it's Saturday.
I was working up front taking orders when a woman tentatively approached the counter asking to speak with the manager. Oh, there were Karens back then.
Oh, there's been Karens forever.
I know. I motioned for my supervisor to come over and proceed to go about my work, bagging up food, making sundaes that should actually worked.
Yeah, that's weird because those things never work.
They never work. And calling out customer orders ready for pickup. At some point, I overhear the conversation between my manager and the lady who'd come to speak with her. I can still hear those words echoing in my ear as my manager looks over at me, the closest worker in proximity to her, and says, "Some kid pooped in the play place and you have to go clean it up."
No.
No, I don't.
I am handing in my resignation, effective immediately.
I briefly considered clocking out right then and there, getting into my truck and driving far off into the distance, never to return again. But because I was such a shy kid who never stood up for herself and never told anyone no, I just doubled up on the gloves, filled the bucket with tons of bleach and a little water, and set out towards our play place.
Girl, you are my hero. I probably would have done the same thing and fucking cleaned it up.
Once inside, I quickly realized that not only did this mystery kid shit their pants in the play place, they continued to play with shit in their pants in the play place.
Kids are so gross.
It was horrifying. I don't think I'll ever get that smell out of my nose. As I made my way through the plastic padded play kingdom and up the steps towards the spiral slide, I hoped and prayed to any deity that might hear me, please don't let them have gone down the slide with poopy pants. Please.
You know they did.
Hell yeah, they did. Unfortunately, I was not that lucky. I had to come up with a way to somehow clean this slide without sliding down it at the same time.
God.
You should have just grabbed the whole roll of paper towels and wrapped it around you.
I would have just buckets full of bleach down the slide.
Poured the bucket over top of your head and just slid down.
Oh, God.
That's the way I would have handled it. Okay. Unfortunately, I was not that lucky. I had to come up with a way to somehow clean this slide without sliding down it at the same time. I ended up hooking my feet to the outside top entrance and dangling myself down the slide and wiping it.
Oh, girl.
Wiping it down as far as I could reach. Then, starting from the bottom of the slide, I just climbed up it to clean the rest of the way. It was quite the feat, but I did manage to successfully clean the entire play place without getting poop on me.
I really hope it wasn't a hot day. Because do you remember being a kid and being inside those plastic enclosed slides and just how hot and gross it was? Oh.
Unfortunately, this is not my only bodily excretion story that I have from that place.
Not shocking.
And I hate to admit that I stayed there for 3 more years after this story took place. Yeah, fuck my work life.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I'm loving season 4 so far, and I can't wait to hear what other great, in parentheses, terrible, work stories you guys have in store for us. Have a great weekend. Well, thank you, Liv.
Thanks, Liv.
That is a horror story.
Yeah, that is definitely a terrible,
but
entertaining story. Thank you for that.
Sounds like a story that would be in like a teen movie,
Yeah.
Like this person has to, they're like
but Hollywood would just
the dummy
paint
of the movie.
paint every surface with shit.
And as soon as they walked in the play place, it just went.
Yeah. Just extreme close-ups on like every area, like was just covered in shit. Oh, gross.
We should make a movie about that.
Liv, you are a hero for dealing with that.
Yeah. One of our first responders to the McDonald's play place.
Yeah. Hey, I feel like if you've ever worked at a fast food place, you've got stories. Send them to us. We've had a few. We've definitely had a few fast food stories.
Definitely had a few. I was just thinking if I worked at a fast food place. I did, but it was Rubio's. And that's not really like, I mean, I guess it's fast food, but it's kind of like in the middle.
It's not like a drive-through fast food type
no
place.
drive-through.
Oh, yeah, I started my career at Nordic Track, but then I quickly moved to Carl's Jr., then to In-N-Out Burger, which I worked for 5.5 years.
Yeah.
So I had a long fast food career. I can't remember anything that gross working for either of those places, luckily. We have a story coming up in a future episode where I'm going to tell a story about when I worked at Carl's Jr.
Okay.
But that's for another day. So subscribe, everybody, if you don't want to miss that.
I worked at Kmart. That's basically like a fast food place.
They had a food court, right?
I mean, I don't mean like the work is like working at a fast food place, but working at a Kmart, you're going to run into some of the same element that you run into at fast food places when you work there.
Yeah. We're just going to take a quick break to hear a promo from Doom Generation.
Doom.
Did you grow up with a lack of parental supervision? Do you know all the lyrics to The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Remember Mayor McCheese and the Fry Guys? Have an inexplicable love for the California Raisins? Can you remember Madonna's original phase?
Then you might be a part of the Doom Generation.
Laugh until you cry with us each week as we stumble blindly through the memories of the movies
and other random things
that doomed us to be the salty, sarcastic, sardonic ladies you want to hang with.
You know us, you love us, you can't fucking live without us.
Doom Generation, available everywhere you find podcasts.
This is Josh Scar from Talking Smack. You're unwinding after a long workday with J&K on Fuck My Work Life.
Okay, so here is our last story for today. It's also related to food service. Hopefully there's no shit in this one. I actually didn't pre-read this one, so hopefully it sticks with our shit sandwich.
Yeah. Hopefully it's just bread.
This is actually, it is sandwich related.
Oh, dang.
So, I mean, there's all kinds of themes happening in this episode. This one is entitled, Don't Eat the Roast Beef.
Oh, shit.
In college, I worked at a higher-end deli that sold sandwiches made to order. The lunch rushes were out the door on weekdays and included a mix of nearby business professionals and many regulars, including one woman who ordered the same exact $8 salad, which was a lot back then, with changes that would make Sally from When Harry Met Sally blush.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So, have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah, where she fakes the orgasm?
Yeah. Was
that over a salad?
No.
I don't remember this. I don't remember the situation. Tell me, Jay, about When Harry Met Sally.
I don't remember.
No, you remember.
No, I don't. I think I'm thinking of When Harry Met Mally, the porn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When Harry banged Sally.
When Harry banged Polly. Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of.
With changes that would make. I think she was very particular, dressing on the side. I don't know. I don't remember that.
I kind of remember that from the movie. That's where I was going with that. But then
The only thing I remember from that movie is the orgasm scene.
Yeah. Then you said the orgasm scene, and I was
having.
like, oh, maybe that's what they're talking about. I don't know.
Well, apparently this $8 salad brings on fake orgasms. Let's just say that. I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
I don't see how a fucking salad could do that, but
okay.
People are weird.
Right. So this is basically an $8 bowl of romaine lettuce with no dressing 7 days a week. Gross. My ramen-eating college mind could not understand it since romaine was sold next door at Trader Joe's for 99 cents. But I digress. People make no sense to me still. I worked weekdays mostly, so the pace was very quick for most of the day. My boss was this mid-60s woman who lived hard from a young age, had 2 teeth, and looked 105.
Hell yeah. Hey, that's my aunt.
My aunt, the sandwich shop owner. She would regale us about her sexual escapades with her 4th husband, who was killer in the sack and very experimental. And we would try to keep our breakfast down. I mean, only 2 teeth. She probably gives some good BJs. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but where are the 2 teeth?
She just got 1 molar in the back and then 1 on the other side. The best time was during lunch rushes when things were busy and she had no time to share her exploits. I bet. Shut up, lady. Unfortunately, though, what she did have time to share were her health code violations. Every single lunch rush, without fail, she would be making sandwiches frantically and fumble the meats, especially the roast beef. Maybe they reminded her of something.
At first, when you said don't eat the roast beef is the name of the story, I thought you were talking about somebody's coochie being really dirty.
God. Jesus. Sorry, Mama.
Sorry, Mama.
We can't steal that from Sugar Murder.
We can't.
No.
But we just did.
She's not listening to this. Mama would never listen to our podcast. Okay. She'd fumble the meats, especially the roast beef, and a couple stuck together slices would hit the floor. A deli floor full of 6 to 7 staff running around in and out of the back, the walk-in, and the dirty dish area. Well, you guessed it. She would retrieve the meat from the floor and place it right onto the bread of the sandwich she was making and send it out to the customer.
How often do you think this happens?
Probably so often. I don't want to think about it.
Yeah. That's why
I do not want to think about it.
It's one of the reasons I enjoy making all of my food myself. Because if I drop it on the floor, I'm like, all right, well, I know I did that.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm still going to eat.
I mean, there are those shows with the cameras of people in place. Like, that's why always tip and always be very nice to your food servers, people.
Oh, yeah.
Because being an asshole is going to give you floor meat, okay?
Yeah, floor meat and like pube dandruff.
Uh-huh. Ew. It's pube dandruff a thing. Okay, where was I? She put the meat on the sandwich, gave it to the customer. We all saw her do this, and some of us called her out. But the issue was that she was the shift manager, and no one above her was ever present to see for themselves. So you call the health people, right?
Yeah, but what are the health people going to do? Like, shut you down so you don't have a job anymore? Like,
oh, God.
You just tell her, hey, would you at least like run it under the sink for a second?
Why is my roast beef wet?
Like, be a normal human being and wipe it with a paper towel or throw it in the trash and get another piece.
I know.
I guess that is the correct way to go about it.
Yeah, I mean,
throw it in the trash and get another piece. I'm like thinking of ways to make it better.
So going back to In-N-Out, I have to say, like, I worked at Carl's Jr., which I will probably never eat at in my life again. And then I worked at In-N-Out, where if I ate beef, I would eat there because 5.5 years working there, they live up to everything. Back then, this was a long time ago. I don't know what it's like now. But back then, I did not see anything disgusting and gross happen there. If something fell, it went right in the trash. Like, it's an upstanding place. So I just want to throw that out there. Anyway, let's get back to the story. She put it, blah, 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 blah. We saw her.
She was a shift manager.
Shift manager, and no one above her was ever present to see for themselves. They just assumed we didn't like her. The deli needed her, a veteran food service worker, to run it. It was us college age and young people who were fungible? Is that a word? Fungible? Fungible? I don't know what that fucking word means.
Maybe she typed expendable.
Oh, able to be replaced or be replaced.
Jesus, don't
Did
put
you
that
thesaurus that shit?
Don't put that shit in our podcast.
We ain't smart.
We don't know where, like, fungible. I was like, what did
fungible?
What did autocorrect do to her?
You up for some fungible times tonight? Okay. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Anyway, young people who were replaceable. I tried to steer customers away from meat sandwiches when she was on deck, but rarely prevailed. All I could say when they asked for my opinion at the counter was, I am not a fan of our roast beef, but I highly recommend the soup of the day. I just picture this lady like ladling soup from the ground into the bowl.
Yeah, you can't pick that up off the ground.
Years after I left, I heard she still worked there, serving her floor-bought roast beef to customers, miming her experimental sex acts with husband number 4. Oh, and she would eat the ingredients as well during the lunch rush while making sandwiches. So her saliva-laden fingertips provided the special sauce. Gross. I just threw my iPad because that was so gross.
And it broke.
Yeah, it broke. We can't podcast. Ew.
So we can't podcast anymore.
That is a disgusting story. Thank you for sharing
horrible.
it. That story is fungible. Fungible.
Well, go back to your Google, because it'll tell you
how to pronounce it.
Yeah, how to pronounce it.
I don't understand that shit. No, it doesn't say it.
Oh, it doesn't say it.
No, I'm not gonna worry about it.
Yeah, who gives a shit? So I was thinking of something like you were talking about at In-N-Out. You know how you like they're on the up and up, and if it fell on the floor, it goes in the trash. And all of these workers that work there, that work at like fast food places, the only people I can see giving a shit about throwing stuff away are the managers. Yeah. Because there's a bottom line, right? And, an expense account that they, and lost goods and all that stuff.
But the difference at In-N-Out was the managers weren't people that just sat in the back. They were the ones usually in the middle of everything working.
Yeah.
And so as long as like the gross part was, so I'll tell you a quick little In-N-Out story. The gross part was anytime a customer returned something that was incorrect, something dropped on the floor, whatever, we had to, or like there'd be lots of times where you do like you had to put the buns on the grill to toast them. Sometimes you'd let them sit along, they'd get fucking burnt and you'd have to toss them. We had, what was it called? Something bin. I don't know. It was a specific name for where we put all that stuff. Yeah. But just to account for it at the end of the day, or when it got full, someone had to go through that and like inventory everything like this many buns, this many meat patties, whatever. Yeah. So that was real gross if that was your job at one point, just like going through and like counting up. That was really gross. But everyone was really good at it, like the managers.
Yeah. So you had to go through and be like, one double-double animal style.
No. One bun, this many meat patties, this many slices of cheese.
Oh, so like if someone returned a burger, you had to like.
So if someone returned a double-double, it'd be like one bun, two slices of meat, two slices of cheese, 2 pieces of meat. Okay. So just inventorying that kind of stuff.
4 ounces of.
Like we didn't get that detailed, but like the main things we had to like count out, which that job was real gross. Usually like put gloves on and shit to go through it. Cause sometimes you get a burger that was like, had a couple bites taken out of it.
Don't lie, Kay. Did you ever catch anyone eating out of that bin?
I absolutely did not.
Because I totally would have found a burger that was like one bite, they didn't like it, and I would have ate from the other side. I was hungry when I was younger.
But you get free food when you work there, so you wouldn't have been hungry.
But I was starving.
No.
It's cold.
It's cold. It has the juice.
But
imagine a more
it's
beautiful
cold.
thing. I never, honestly, never witnessed anything that was just like, this is disgusting. I will never eat at this place.
Yeah.
It was on the up and up. I will say that.
I like In-N-Out.
Yeah.
I don't ever go there because I don't ever, if I want a burger, I'm going to make my own burger.
Right.
I don't, We
used to go there for Hendo because he would you get just a burger patty for him. Yeah. He'd like it. But other than that, I don't eat meat. They don't have any real options other than French fries for me.
Yeah.
And their French fries aren't great.
They're all right.
They're okay.
As long as you eat them really fast.
Yeah, you got to get them fresh
as soon as they hand them to you, you just grab a handful and start taking bites like it's a burger.
Yeah. But yeah, anywho, if you have fast food stories, send them in.
Oh, yeah.
If you have floor meat stories, send them in. If you have a boss that talked about their sexual escapades.
If you have roast beef stories.
If you got some roast beef stories, we want to hear it.
Send them in.
Gross. Yeah. And always, we take shit stories because those are the ones we get the most of.
We don't even ask for them and we get them. We might as well ask for them.
So thank you guys for sending all of those stories in.
Yeah. Thanks for the stories.
Yeah. Send your stories. Again, if you have a bad management story, send that in ASAP. Yes. And if you have even if you just think of a funny excuse that you would use to call in, send that to us too. You can leave it in a voicemail, an email. You can send us a message on Twitter.
We want some ad libs.
Yeah.
Give us your ad libs of how you would call into work. That would be great.
Call our voicemail, which is 310-818-3273, and pretend you are calling in sick to work with your craziest excuse.
I know. We're drunk and you're not going to do it, so it's cool.
No, we're drunk and you're going to do it because you're pretending.
You better fucking do it.
Oi, just do it. Anyway, we love you fuckers. Thank you for listening.
You fuckers, yeah.
And tuning in for yet another week. We'll talk at you next Wednesday. Bye, fuckers.
Bye, fuckers.
Thank you for listening to the Fuck My Work Life podcast. If you enjoy the show, please consider leaving us a 5-star review on your favorite podcast platform. You can support the show by telling your friends or joining our Patreon. We also have some sweet Fuck My Work Life merch available over at Teespring. All links can be found in the show notes. Send your workplace stories to fmwlpod@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 310-818-3273. Be sure to follow us on all the socials at FMWLpod. And remember to support indie podcasts. They work hard to bring you a variety of amazing content. Until next week, bye fuckers. I don't know about you, but with a busy work schedule, I never have time to sit down and read. Luckily, there's Newsly. Newsly is an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. It picks up articles about the most trending topics on the web and reads them to you in a natural human voice. For the first time ever, the entire web becomes listenable, all in one place. You can browse articles from topics you choose and just start playing. Follow specific topics from sports, tech, business, science, or Bitcoin. Newsly will find you the latest articles and read them aloud. They even have digital radio. And do you want to know the best part? They have podcasts. Explore trending podcasts from over 80 countries. And you can find our podcast, Fuck My Work Life, there too. Download and try Newsly for free by visiting www.newsly.me or clicking on the link in our show notes. And be sure to use promo code FWL for a 1-month free premium subscription. Stop scrolling and start listening with Newsly.